Welcome, dear friends. Today, our topic is miscellaneous exercise of chapter 1 sets. So, let us proceed with the exercise. First of all, the very first question of the exercise, decide among the following sets which sets are subsets of one another: A, B, C, D. So, four sets are given here. B, C, D, they are already in roster form. A set is given in set builder form. So first of all, let us convert this set builder form into roster form. What is set A? Set A is equal to X such that X belongs to R and X satisfy X square minus 8X plus 12 equal to 0. So this is the quadratic equation. First of all, we are going to solve this equation. So solving this equation, this can be written as x square minus 6x minus 2x plus 12 is equal to 0. So from here, the two values of x are x is equal to 2 and x is equal to 6. So this way, what is now set A? Set A becomes having the elements 2, 6. Now all the four sets, they are in roster form. Set A is having the elements 2, 6. Set B is 2, 4, 6. Set C includes the elements 2, 4, 6, 8 and so on. And set D having only one element, that is equal to 6. Now what is the question? Which sets are subsets of one another? So we find here this C set contains all the elements of other sets. So we write it as C is the superset. After C, this is B having 2, 4, 6, these elements. Thereafter, this is A, 2, 6. Last one is D. So we can write it as D is the subset of A is the subset of B, and B is the subset of C. Now this is our question number 2. What is the statement? In question number 2, in each of the following determine whether the statement is true or false. If it is true, prove it. If it is false, give an example. So the very first part of question number 2 is, if X belongs to A and A belongs to B, then X also belongs to B. Whether this is true or false, let us try to solve this. So first of all, I am declaring here this statement is false. So according to the question, if this is false, give an example. If it is false, give an example. So I am producing here the example. Let A is equal to 8, 9. B is equal to 1, 2, 3, 8, 9. So here what we are saying, 8 belongs to A, that is X belongs to A. Also 8, 9, this is one element in set B. And what is this? 8, 9 mean this is whole set A. What is this? This is whole set A. So we can say here A belongs to B. So second condition is satisfied. A belongs to B. Now next should be there, X belongs to B. That is 8 belongs to B. But there is no element in B to be called 8. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 8, 9. So 4 elements, out of these 4 elements, 8 is not present. So we say here X does not belong to B. That's why we are saying this statement is false. Now, second part of the question, if A is a subset of B, B belongs to C, then A also belongs to C. Again, this statement is false. Why this is false? One example. Suppose A is equal to A comma B, B is equal to A comma B comma C, C is equal to D, E, F, A, B, C. So first case, what is first case? A is a subset of B. Mean to say B contains all the elements of A. What are the elements in A? A comma B. So A comma B are present in set B. So we write it as A is a subset of B. Thereafter, B belongs to C. The whole set B, A comma B comma C, this is here as a single element in set C. So we write it as B belongs to C. But A does not belong to C. That is, A comma B is not any element in set C. So A belongs to C. This is false. What should be there? This is not necessary that A belongs to C. Third part of the question, if A is a subset of B and B is a subset of C, then A is also the subset of C. This statement is true. This statement is true. So let us try to understand the statement. What is this? A is a subset of B. Mean to say A is inside set B. Mean to say B contains the elements of A. Thereafter C contains B. Mean to say B is inside C. B is inside C. So what we can say now? A is also inside C? Yes. A is also inside C. So this statement is true. Fourth part of the question. A is not a subset of B. Suppose A is here at different place. B is here. So what is the meaning of this? A is not a subset of B. Similarly, taking B not a subset of C. B is here and C is here. So what we are saying now? We are saying here that B is not a subset of C. Then what to prove? A is not a subset of C. But this is false. From this Venn diagram, A is a subset of C. That is, A is inside C. Okay, we can also quote this example. A is equal to 1, 2, B is equal to 8, 9. Clearly, A is not a subset of B. B is also not a subset of C, but A is a subset of C. Part number 5. If X belongs to A and A is not a subset of B, X belongs to A. Suppose 1 is X, so 1 belongs to A. In this example, A is equal to 1, 2, 3, B is equal to 3, 4, 5. 1 belongs to set A. A is not a subset of B. Mean to say, B does not contain all the elements of A. Okay, these two conditions are satisfied, then X belongs to B. But here we proved 1 is not the element of B. So X does not belong to B. That's why this statement is false. Now, part number 6. If A is a subset of B, that means B contains all the elements of set A. So we can represent this in Venn diagram as Venn diagram. A is inside set B. X does not belong to B. If X does not belong to B, it means X does not belong to A. This is true because if A is a subset of B, it means A contains only those elements which are in B. If any element which is not in B, that cannot be the element of A. So this statement is true. My dear students, now we are coming to the question number 3. What is this? Let A, comma B and C be the sets such that A union B is equal to A union C and A intersection B is equal to A intersection C. Then show that B is equal to C. So first of all, let X belongs to A union B. It means because A union B is equal to A union C. So we write it as X belongs to A union C. So what we can say here, A belongs to A or X belongs to A or X belongs to C. Similarly, taking here Y belongs to A intersection B. If A intersection B is equal to A intersection C, so we can write it as Y belongs to A intersection C. Here, this is clear that union mean or intersection mean and. So what we can say here, Y belongs to A and Y belongs to C. From these two situations, what we've got, X comma Y belongs to A comma B comma C. So what is the conclusion? Conclusion is B is the set equal to C. Now question number 4, show that the four conditions are equivalent. First condition is A is a subset of B, A minus B is equal to phi, A union B is equal to B, A intersection B is equal to A. So if we prove as 1 belongs to 2, 2 belongs to 3, 3 belongs to 4, 4 belongs to 1, it means these four conditions are equivalent. Moreover, with the help of Venn diagram, we can also prove this question. First of all, A is a subset of B. So how we can write it as, we can say A is inside B. Now what is A minus B is equal to phi? A minus B is equal to phi. It means again only elements of A. If elements of B are subtracted, if result is phi, it means A is inside B. Mean to say A is a subset of B. Similarly, if A union B is equal to B, it means the same Venn diagram is here. A intersection B is equal to A, it means in A is inside. So from this Venn diagram, these four conditions are equivalent. We can take one example. A is equal to 1 comma 2, B is equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3. So clearly A is a subset of B. A minus B is equal to phi. A union B is equal to B, A intersection B is equal to A. Now question number 4. Show that if A is a subset of B, then C minus B is a subset of C minus A. So with the help of Venn diagram, A is a subset of B. So A is inside set B. It means if X is any element in A, then certainly X is also the element of B. Similarly, what we can say, if X does not belong to B, then no way this B can be element of A. That is, X does not belong to A. Because A is a subset of B, by definition, A contains only those elements which are in B. So, what is left side? Left side is C minus B. So, what we are saying, suppose X belongs to C minus B. It means X belongs to C intersection B complement, because we can say here minus B difference set. This is what is B complement. What is B complement? B dash. B dash mean the universal set minus set B. This is the meaning of B complement. And what is A difference B? It means A intersection B complement. So this way we can say X belongs to C intersection B complement. What is the meaning of this? Intersection mean and. Intersection mean and. So X belongs to C and X does not belong to B, because X belongs to B. It means X does not belong to B complement. So what we are saying here, X does not belong to B. Now, if X does not belong to B, then what we are concluding, X does not belong to A. So X belongs to C and X does not belong to A. That means like this, we can write it as X belongs to C intersection A complement. That is, X belongs to C minus A. So we started from C minus B, we ended with C minus A. So conclusion is C minus B is a subset of C minus A. Now our next question is, assume that power set of A is equal to power set of B. Then show that A is equal to B. So first of all, let power set of A is equal to power set of B. So if X is any element of set A, it means if we insert this curly bracket outside this element X, then this becomes the element of power set of A. Because power set of A is equal to power set of B, so we can say here X, this element belongs to power set of B. Removing this bracket, curly bracket, we say X belongs to B. So we started from A, X belongs to A. We ended with B, that is X belongs to B. It means A is a subset of B and vice versa. That is, if we start from B and end with A, then this can be written as B is a subset of A. So this is case 1, this is case 2. Joining these two, we can say A is equal to set B. Question number 9. Using properties of sets, show that A union A intersection B is equal to A. So first of all, what is A union A intersection B? This means distributive law, what says A union A, then this intersection A union B. A union A mean A, this is the intersection A union B. So what is the conclusion of this? The conclusion, what is common between this one and this one? The common is A. So result is there. Similarly, we can prove the second part. Now question number 15. This question is very important important question of the exercise. What is this? In a survey of 60 people, it was found that 25 people read newspaper H, 26 read newspaper T, 26 read newspaper I, 9 read both H and I, 11 read both H and T, 8 read both T and I, 3 read all the 3 newspapers. Find number 1, the number of people who read at least one of the newspaper. Number 2, the number of people who read exactly one newspaper. So first of all, we start from the last line. What is the last line? 3 read all the newspapers. 3 read all the newspapers. So inside these 3 sets, the common portion of 3 sets is this portion. So writing it as A. So the value of A is 3. Right? The value of A is 3. Thereafter, coming back, 11 read both H and 8 read both T and I, or 11 read both H and T. H and T. H and T mean this portion. A plus B. A plus B, that is equal to 11. H and T. A plus B is equal to 11. So what we are going to do now? We are going to put the value of A equal to 3. So B is equal to 8. Thereafter, in the statement, what is given? A plus C. What is A plus C? A plus C mean this is A plus C. A plus C mean the common of H and I. This is equal to H and I. Where is H and I? 9. This is equal to 9. So value of A from here is 3. So we find the value C is equal to 6. Thereafter, now what is next? A plus D, T and I. What is the value of T and I? This is 8. T and I. This is 8. A plus D is equal to 8. The value of A is 3. So D is 5. Now what is H? What is H? H is here. This whole set is H. What this contains? This contains A plus B plus C plus E. A plus B plus C plus E. So this is 25 people read newspaper H. So we put it equal to 25. So value of A is 3, B is 8, C is 6. And from this we say, what is E? E is equal to 8. So T mean A plus B, this is T. A plus B plus D plus F, this is 26. What is T? T mean 26. So from here we find F is equal to 26. Similarly, from I we get G is equal to 12. So what is the first part? Find the number of people who read at least one of the newspaper. So A plus B plus C plus D plus E plus F plus G. Okay. So value of A is 3, B is 8, C is 6, D is 5, E is 8, F is 10, G is 12. So putting all these values, summation is equal to 52 is the final answer. The number of people who read at least one of the newspaper, mean to say adding all these values. Next one is find the number of people who read exactly one newspaper. That is only H. The common portion is not selected. Or only T. What is only H? Only H is E. And what is only T? This is F. And what is only I? Only I is G. So values of E, F, G, 8 plus 10 plus 12. So final answer is 30.